Hey, it's James and Michael with the Crypto Guys. And in today's video, crash or correction with Bitcoin. Also, two indicators that will tell you whether you should buy or sell right now. And we'll tell you what we think. Also, a secret to reading the charts that can make you a lot of money. You're going to want to stick around to hear that. And one rule that tells you when you need to buy. So make sure you watch this video to the end and remember to like and smash that like button and subscribe. But first, a disclaimer. This information in this video is not financial advice like any investment. You've got to do your due diligence. So, Michael, crash or correction with Bitcoin? What's happening?
Well, I think we've already had a 50% crash. So we're just not having a correction. We're not having a crash. We're having a correction. So let me go in the chart and show you what I mean. Because in order to be considered a crash right now, we would have to go down another 50%, right, from this level, which is not going to happen because that would bring us at about 22,000. Now, some people are calling for that, but I don't think that's going to happen.
So let's talk about two indicators that you can use to know whether you should buy or sell right now.
Yeah, let me go into that. But basically, right, there's something very important that you have to look at, which if you look at this zone here, this is a fair value for Bitcoin, which is between 27 and 41. So we're already into this fair value right now. And that's a preferred time to buy Bitcoin. Like if we go back in like history, last time that Bitcoin crashed by 50%, we reached this fair value zone. So I would feel comfortable buying Bitcoin at the fair value price. So that's one indicator definitely that I use to purchase Bitcoin. The second one is on the 4-hour candles. We can see on the RSI that we are below 30. And so because I consider this a correction, then I would say that anytime it goes below 30, now it could go down a little bit more. So that's important to acknowledge that, like it could go down maybe to here. But every time it goes below 30, I've always bought Bitcoin if it's not a crash. And I don't think it's a crash. I just think we're correcting right now. And we just continue what I've always done, which is to buy below the 4-hour zone, which is where we are right now, which is right here. And so I already started to DCA today. And I would consider those two things. Number one, fair value. Number two, below 30 on the RSI on the 4 hours. So those would be the two things for sure that I would consider as a way to buy Bitcoin.
You see, this is why it's so important that when you're trading, you're not just trading by emotion. Well, in fact, that's a terrible strategy to trade by emotion or how you feel. You want to use tools. You want to use analysis. And we want to talk right now about a secret to reading the charts that can make you a lot of money. Now, this is very, very important. And Michael's going to explain it to us.
Yeah. Well, we can see, right? If you go back in the past 11 years, anytime that you want to identify, like, where's the bottom, right? Like everybody wants to know where's the bottom. And well, you first have to answer the question, is this a crash or a correction? So a crash would be about at least 50% or more. And so we can see that we have a 51% about this time. And what we can notice, the patterns over the last 11 years is that every time it's a crash, you will go below 30 on the daily candles, right? So anytime you go below the 30 zone on the daily candles, it's considered a crash. And then you can start identifying where the bottom is. You can see last time that this has happened was right here, right? We had a crash down. If you go in the last time in April, where we crashed all the way down 50 something percent, 53, right? And look at this, right on the 1-day candles again, we experienced the bottom, and we're experiencing the same thing. It's just the same pattern again, right? So that's how you kind of know what the bottom is. And we kind of already know, because last time this happened, this was the bottom, and now we're a little bit higher, right? So it's just something that you can do to identify, like, where is the bottom? And, you know, because when everybody's afraid, if you're not buying, you're not making like money. So the other one is on the 4-hour. So when we had the crash last time, right, we go back in like history, you can see that like it went back to that support many times, and that can happen this time too. But all we did when that happened is that anytime it went below here, we just buy here, we sold here. We buy here, we sold here, and we did that over and over again. We'll buy here, sell here, right? And buy here. And then at some point you should hold, which is approximately 3 months, right? So now I'm not saying I'm going to do that this time because the pattern's a little bit different, because in this case, we were going sideways, right? But you could see at the 4 hour, you're getting below 30 again, which gives you kind of an indication where to buy. So when it's a correction, usually you go below the 4 hour, and that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing a correction that's below the 4 hour. And if you go back over the last 11 years, that's exactly what you're going to see. You know, I've done all the research on this so I could find the pattern, because to me, you know, the patterns in Bitcoin repeat itself. Now, maybe one day won't follow the pattern, but I'm willing to bet on that. So that's why I have my buy level at 35,000 right now. So if it goes down, I'm ready to buy. Now I already buy now. You could see what my buy level was. Buy level 1 here, buy level 2, and I have buy level 3, and I have buy level 4 here. So I obviously, I don't deny that, and probably, sorry, it would be buy level at 33 as well. But I don't deny that it can go down to 30. I just don't think it's going to happen, because the truth is, when everybody thinks it's going to go to 30, or, you know, what everybody's saying right now is that, yeah, I'm going to buy when it goes down to 30,000. Well, probably it's not going to go down to 30,000. Everybody's planning to buy 30,000, which at least make it a little bit higher, like 31, 32. And for me, I would say 33 is a good zone to buy, right? But I don't even bet on that. I think 35. I'm going to start to put a lot of my money. Yesterday, I started to put 70% in. So that's what I would say about that, right? So very important you understand, you know, what are the patterns?
So I think a mistake that a lot of people make when they're trading is they're always trying to buy at the lowest low and then sell at the highest high. And you'd have to be a fortune teller to do that. So instead, that's why you need a strategy. So Michael, let's talk a little bit about one of the rules that you use that served you so well with your trading strategy.
Yeah, exactly. It's very important that you're able to tell, right, like where the bottom is, but a lot of times you could be wrong. So you can't have 100% certainty. So you may have 90%. Like, for example, I'm 90% certain that that's probably the bottom here, 35. Now, let's say that actually happens. I go to 35 and I buy, but then it keeps going down. See, the rule for me is that's okay. Even if it went all the way down to 30, can I handle that? And the answer is yes. Why? Because we always get a bounce, right? In the worst case is I could sell at the bounce, which probably would go much higher, probably go back to 38, and I'd still make profit. Then I can get out of the trade and wait to get back in at 30 if that happens. Because if that's going to happen, if we're going to go down to 30, we're probably going to go sideways for a while before we go up. So when I'm buying at whatever price, I need to make sure that if I'm wrong, I can sell it. I can sell on the bounce. Does that make sense?
And if you're listening to all this and you're thinking, you know, Michael has a lot of wisdom about trading, you're absolutely right. In fact, what you may not know is Michael was in a trading competition with 20,000 people and finished in the top 100. In fact, I think 64th position or something like that. And if you would like to follow in the footsteps of Michael, like, in other words, how would you like it if you could just know what he's buying, what he's selling, when he's buying it, when he's selling it? Well, you can. So let us tell you a little bit about Michael's inner circle. And how it works is, if you invest $1,000 in MetaGold Rewards coin, and if you've not heard of MetaGold Rewards coin, you can go to metagoldrewards.com. So in MetaGold Rewards coin, if you invest at least $1,000, what happens is it unlocks in your dashboard a crypto coaching inner circle. Well, Michael tells you, like, every day, he tells you what trades he's making, when he's buying, when he's selling. And like I said, it makes it easy. If you don't want to do all this, investigation and chart reading, then just follow in his footsteps. It's really an incredible thing. And not to mention, MetaGold Rewards is just an amazing project with a lot of great people behind it. And it's a fantastic time right now, certainly, to buy in.
All right, guys, if you like the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and please leave us a like if you like the content. Also, I just want to make clear that if you did want to learn more about MetaGold, then go to the description of this channel and you'll be able to basically, you'll be able to get the information that you need in order to learn about what MetaGold is, first of all. And if you wanted to invest in it, you could certainly do that. I would highly recommend that you check that out. So let's finish on this note. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.
Bye.